Okay, fifth grade, welcome back. I hope everybody had a great holiday break and you got lots of rest and you're ready for a new year and the second half of fifth grade. So this week we are doing prepositions and everyone should be on page 29. All right, let's go ahead and do number 1. Nell ran into the house for her coat. So the first thing I want to do is underline the prepositional phrases. So I have into the house and for her coat. So we're going to squiggle that. The prepositions are into and for. The nouns are house and coat. And the adjectives are the, describing house, and her, describing coat. So I want to draw the arrow and make sure that you actually draw the arrow, not just a little half line. Okay? And then ADJ. And then last time we did prepositions, we added in the subject and the main verb. So I'm going to ask myself, what's the action? And that's ran. So I'm going to underline that twice, and I want to put MV to label that main verb. And who ran? Nell. So underline that once, and you're going to write SUBJ as an abbreviation for the subject. All right, let's move on to number 2. The cat wanted to wait by the stove for his meal. So as I'm looking through the sentence, I see my stop sign, which is 2, so we want to check that. And I'm going to look to the right, and wait is something I can do. So wait is a verb. So we want to underline that twice and label it with a V. Then I see by the stove and for his meal as my prepositional phrases. My prepositions are by and for. Nouns are stove and meal. And adjectives are the, describing stove, and his, describing meal. Now I'm going to look for the verb, which I see is wanted. So I'm going to double underline that, put MV, and who wanted? The cat. So I'm going to underline cat once and write SUBJ. And now this week we're actually adding one new step, and that's going to be to start labeling the adjectives that describe the subject. So here we have the. The is the adjective that's describing the subject, which is cat. So I'm going to draw an arrow and write ADJ. All right. And as I'm going along, I'm thinking that since today's Monday and our first day back from vacation, everybody's probably feeling a little sleepy. So for our secret code today, boys and girls, I want you to write sleepy right over here and maybe put a little cloud around it. Okay? So number 3. Dan decided to choose a colt from the herd. So again, I see 2, that's my stop sign, so I want to check that. I know that choose is something we can do, so double underline, it's a verb. And then from the herd is my prepositional phrase. So from is my preposition, herd is my noun, and the is my adjective. I'm going to look for my main verb, which I know is decided. Decided is something that we can do as well. So MV, and then my subject is Dan. Dan is the one who is deciding. And last one, number 4. Before this year, the team played 6 games at the park. So I see my prepositional phrases are before this year and at the park. Prepositions are before and at. Nouns are year and park. Adjectives are this, describing year, and the, describing park. Now I want to look for my main verb, which is played. So double underline, MV. Subject is team. And then remember our new step, the adjective that describes the subject is the. So I'm going to draw my arrow. Okay, go ahead and do number 5 and 6 on your own.